In our next installment of the Eugenia Cooney Deep Dive series, we have a video on Eugenia's channel entitled Half Girl, Half Butterfly, which seems like another quote-unquote quirky video of hers that she used to do a lot back in the day. So let's dive in and see what we can analyze out of it.
Hey guys, it's Eugenia, and today I'm going to talk about a very serious subject to me. That is the subject of the Lepidoptera. For those of you who don't know, a Lepidoptera is the scientific name for the butterfly. I basically consider my house a cocoon because I kind of feel like I'm more half girl, half butterfly than fully human.
So already something interesting I can point out here is Eugenia's knowledge of something that goes past gaming or makeup. Sure, she may have just Googled this, but she's aware of a term that most people don't know, and she's making content based on a very specific theme, which is something you'd never see her do nowadays.
And I realized that I had to make a video for my friends the butterflies and basically just tell you guys all the reasons that the butterfly is just the best animal in the world. I just love nature so much, and whenever I see a butterfly just flying around outside, it just makes my day.
So she's obviously being over the top and goofy, but it seems like she's about to drop some knowledge about butterflies here. Meaning, she must have taken the time to look it up. Again, this is putting way more effort into her content than she does now. She's actually using her brain power here, and again has a lot more to say than she usually does.
I think that there's way too much bullying in the world, and if you just look outside at the beautiful butterflies, you never see any of those butterflies bullying anybody. There's also just so many complainers in the world, always complaining about the problems in their lives. But when you look outside at the butterflies, do you ever see any butterflies complaining? I just think that we should be more like butterflies, and we should not bully people, and we should not complain so much, and we all could take a lesson from these beautiful creatures.
Now, two interesting things that she addresses here are pretty negative topics, which are things you wouldn't hear her talking about today. She addresses bullying, which is something she has said she went through in the past, and she mentions people who complain too much. What's interesting about this is that she's standing up for those who are bullied, and also letting people know that complaining doesn't need to happen. I find the latter more interesting, because I feel like she would never say anything like that nowadays. She's more of the school of mind of letting everyone do what they want and supposedly not passing judgment, because she says she doesn't want to be mean, which is a vastly different take from the one she has here, where she's letting people know outright that complaining is a negative quality.
Have you ever visited a butterfly farm before? Because I have, twice. And it is the best vacation spot in the world. So beautiful. Now don't get me wrong, dogs and cats are great too, but I just feel like they get so much love, and butterflies really do not get enough love. Like, do you know anyone with a pet butterfly? Because I know that I don't. Why do we have pet butterflies? Why do we have pet cats and dogs and rabbits and all these animals, but we don't have any pet butterflies?
I do wonder if she actually went to this butterfly farm twice, like she said. But again, she's leading with the quirky girl personality here. She's full of energy and personality.
Or at least very few. You know how to have and adopt a dog? Well, if I had tons of money, I would start and adopt a butterfly so we could improve some butterflies' lives. You know how we all have pests in our lives? I find that butterflies are very relatable. They have all those moths that they're related to that they have to deal with. And not only that, but they always have like those dogs trying to kill them. What a hard life they have.
Interesting too here that she refers to having pests in her life, too, like it's relatable. You'd never ever hear her say something like that nowadays. Also, it's interesting that she doesn't show her body at all and only shows her head and upper half sitting down. So she clearly wasn't trying to show anything off at this point either. She seemed to genuinely just want to post actual themed content.
Even Miley Cyrus loves butterflies. I don't know if you guys have seen the Hannah Montana movie, but Miley has a song with her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus, called Butterfly Fly Away. I'd have to say my #1 favorite thing about butterflies is there's some pretty good twerkers. As I'm sure you guys already know, I'm totally the twerking queen. And I just take a lot of my inspiration for twerking actually from butterflies. Like, you know the way they flap their wings? They just flap those wings and they are just going back and forth, and it is just like they are twerking those wings together. I think that we could all definitely take some twerking lessons from our friends the butterflies.
She seemed to really be into Miley Cyrus and twerking at this time in her life. Maybe because it was the big thing back in this day, and therefore it was the thing getting the most views and attention. Again, she's leading hard with that quirky girl personality and trying to be fun and goofy.
Also, just another song. There is tons of conventions in the world. There's VidCon, there's BeautyCon, there's the anime convention, there's even a Santa convention. But do you see a convention for butterflies? Because I don't, and I think we need to start a butterfly convention.
Something interesting about Eugenia's personality is that she's definitely bold and engaging and outgoing, but something about it all seems kind of forced, like she's reading off a script. Like she's trying a little too hard to be quirky and funny, and it comes off as unnatural. That said, she still had way more of a personality and way more energy back then than she does now.
If there's one thing that you guys get out of this video, I want you to remember that all caterpillars started out as caterpillars, and then they go into their cocoon and they turn into a beautiful butterfly. Just like you as a person. If you're going through something hard right now, one day it's going to be over and you're going to turn into a beautiful butterfly and go and live an amazing life.
Notice how inspirational she appeared to try to be too, sending out a positive message to viewers. This seems a little more authentic than how she tries to do it nowadays. It seems like she genuinely was trying to make it as a YouTuber back in these days, so put a lot of effort into her videos and messages.
Look at me right now, you guys. I got my wings on. I am feeling like a butterfly right now. You may have not known this, but butterflies are actually Asian. And Asians symbolize life and longevity. So that means that butterflies symbolize life and longevity. I just feel like butterflies are way too discriminated. Why are there no movies about butterflies? Look at the Disney movies. They literally have a character for every animal. They even have a mouse. I mean, Mickey Mouse, who is probably their main character, is a mouse. And a lot of people don't like mice. Like, I'm not saying I don't like mice, but a lot of people don't. So if we can have all these other characters, we can have a dog, we can have a duck, we can have a cow, because I think Goofy is a cow unless he's a dog, I don't know.
Her ranting seems a little more off the cuff and less scripted, but she's still a little awkward here with her quote-unquote quirkiness. But hey, she's trying, and apparently this was the year where everyone acted like this. Or tried to. So we can't judge her too harshly for being a product of the times. But we can judge her for thinking Goofy was a cow because what the hell. She's kidding though, right? Right.
But why don't we have a butterfly? I think it's time that we get some butterfly characters. And the fairies don't count because they're fairies. They're not butterflies. One of my all-time favorite things about butterflies is they're not at all racist. There are many different colors of butterflies. They come in white, black, pink, blue, yellow, orange, basically any color you could think of. And not only that, but they mate regardless of their color. Why can't people be more like that?
How do you from preaching this kind of inspirational talk to being best friends with Jeffree Star and liking someone like Shane Dawson, knowing their pasts with this topic? Just saying.
We could learn a lesson from the butterflies. There are some amazing websites about butterflies. Don't forget to check out the Butterfly and Moth website for North America. I know we're not really into moths, but at least butterflies are on it. You can even get involved in it. On that site, you are able to submit your photographs and sightings of butterflies. The site already has 50,881 members and counting.
This almost sounds like a sponsorship, but we know it wasn't, right? Just a random video idea that she went pretty hard on. Guess she needed something to post, and for some reason she thought this was it. It seems kind of random and unnecessary, and not very well executed, but hey, at least she tried.
That's a lot of butterfly fans. And they even have a blog. Like, you can check out their blog too. Or if you want to really take it to the next level, start your very own butterfly blog. I know I want to do it. Alright guys, so that is the end of this video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and it made you realize that you are going to blossom into a beautiful butterfly. I am already so feeling like a butterfly right now with my butterfly wings.
Yeah, I've got to be honest, the video just seemed completely pointless and unnecessary. But at least she put more effort into it than she does with videos nowadays. At least she tried. And at least she tried to share an inspirational message with it. It just seems like the video didn't really go anywhere, and there wasn't enough substance in it. Like, what did we actually learn about butterflies from her?
Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Also, if you have not yet, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and all of my links will be down there in the description. In the comments, tell me your favorite animal. Hopefully it's a butterfly. And I will see you guys next time, so thank you for watching. Peace out, butterflies.
I think I just realized in the last 20 seconds what she's doing here. Notice the faces that she's making and the way she's talking. Does that remind you of anyone? Anyone she might have mentioned in this video? Because to me it seems like she's acting a lot like Miley Cyrus's character in Hannah Montana. The faces, the goofiness, the way she's speaking with her words, her tone. Maybe again, it was just a product of the time, but considering her obsession with Miley, I wonder if she was channeling that personality in her early days during her YouTube venture. I half expected her at the end there to say, "See ya, sweet niblets." Interesting. That video she shows as her last week video is no longer on her channel. So that seems to be another video that she deleted for some unknown reason. Just looking at the teaser of it just looks like her showing off some stuffed dolls. So I wonder why she got rid of it. Like, why delete that video, but leave something like this butterfly one up? Are the ones she deleted ones she didn't want people to see for a reason? It really makes you wonder.